time, right? But we are all registered for Punta Cana. Yay! So my name is Denise Martinez. For those of you who don't know me, welcome everybody. So the first thing I wanted to share is acknowledgements. Congratulations to the brand new 235 new coaches that we sponsored last week. Woohoo! That's pretty awesome. 235 coaches. That's huge. Also, congratulations to Ivy Morales, who is top sponsor. She sponsored 18 coaches, and she was also shouted out on the national wake-up call. And she is also one of the top producers up in the 1500 club. So congratulations to Ivy. Hold on. Hold on a second. Tony is messaging me. Sorry, guys. Okay. So congratulations to Ivy. And then rank advancements. We got a bunch of them. Congratulations, Emeralds. Carol Barry. Valen Cohn. Can everybody go on mute, please?
Let me take you home.
Thank you. Can you guys go on mute? Okay. Valen Cohn, I hope I'm saying that right. Pam De Sosa, Leslie Martinez, and Camilo Hernandez. Congratulations, new Emeralds. Awesome. And we have 2 brand new diamonds, Natalie Rodriguez and Imani Busby. So congratulations, everybody. And we have 2 that are qualifying. Hector Lopez has started his qualification for 3-star. So that's awesome. Hector, congratulations. And our amazing Ivy Morales, she is also in qualification for 5-star qualification. So congratulations to everybody. Tony, I covered your part.
Okay, cool. Sorry about that. I couldn't get on.
No, there was a confusion with the links because I reposted a link and I thought it was the same one that was on the event.
Right.
No worries.
All right, cool. I'm here anyway. I'm here for support. All right, cool.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yes.
All right, so congratulations to everybody. Now I am going to announce our guest speaker. Our guest speaker for tonight is Eddie Martinez. Really excited. Saudi and Mickey thought that he would be great to share just his experience so far with Beachbody and consistency and how consistency has helped him create a really good foundation in terms of his business. So I'm going to just give him an introduction and ask him to unmute himself and take some notes. This is going to be really exciting. I'm really proud of Eddie. Eddie is, he's on my team. I'm proud to say he just recently became Diamond. He signed up as a coach July of 2015 is when he joined us. And a little bit of background about him is that he is an Army veteran. He also works full-time as a judicial marshal. He has another business, which is Transcendent Rentals. It's an event rental company that's his, that he owns. He is also on the executive board member for the Puerto Rican Parade of Fairfield County. He's a community enthusiast. He's also graduated from the as a personal trainer from the National Personal Training Institute. And he is recently certified as an Insanity Live instructor. And the reason I'm sharing all of this is because this is a busy guy. Like, he is busy. And we're just, my team and I, we're all just really super proud of him because despite how many other obligations, responsibilities, and duties that he has to serving his community, he has still worked his business like a boss and has built it in such a short amount of time. So Eddie, are you on unmute?
Yes, I am.
All right, Eddie. So I'm going to be asking him some questions and take some notes, guys, because to me, this is all about when you see others on your team succeed in terms of advancing in rank, growing their business. For me, I always see that as an opportunity to say, okay, I want to learn from this person, because I myself I never stop growing. I never stop learning. I truly feel that we can always learn something new from another coach who's successful and growing their business. So I want you all to kind of see this as an opportunity to possibly learn something new. And, he's very inspiring. So I'm going to go ahead and ask some questions, kind of interview style. Can everybody go on mute? Tony, did I leave anything out though earlier in terms of anything that we announced?
No, you covered everything. Great job. Yep.
Okay, so if you have to leave, I know you have a lot of daddy duties.
Bathroom is right there.
I'm good. I'm good for now. Bussie's on the way home, so we're good. Eddie, it's all yours. Let's go.
All right, Eddie. So first question, how did you get into Beachbody?
Well, I originally got the Beachbody because I was approached by another Beachbody coach who was a friend of mine, and is a friend of mine. We met at school, and she knew about my passion to help people and also my passion for fitness. And she thought that those two things would be a great combination for a good coach and for a great Beachbody coach. So she approached me a while before I even signed up. She approached me with the idea, and I kind of brushed her off because I didn't really want to hear about it. It was just one of those things where, you feel like someone's trying to sell you something and you don't really want to, deal with it, So initially I kind of brushed her off a little bit, but she stayed on me. And so much so that I ended up just doing my own research. And after doing a little bit of research, I found it interesting. And then that's when I kind of after doing my own research, I contacted her, and then we went ahead and made it happen. I did research because it felt like, from what I knew, it was more of a weight loss thing, and I wasn't really interested in losing any weight. I don't have any weight to lose. So I was kind of like, well, you know what? It's not something for me because I don't really want to lose weight. But after doing some research, I found that there's other programs in there that are not for weight loss. So that's when I started to find it more interesting, because I saw that Beachbody was more than just come with us and let's lose weight. It was more, they have other programs, which is why a lot of people don't know that there's so many other programs in there other than just 21 Day Fix or other than just size, So once I found that out, I was interested in learning more, and then I contacted her, and she gave me more information, and we went on from there. So that's pretty much how I got started, by her approaching me, and then me kind of just doing my own research, which is part of the whole coaching thing too. You have to do your own research. I mean, you're gonna get information, but it's kind of up to you to really go in there and do your own research and really find out what's gonna work for you and what's gonna work for the people who you sign up with you. Because every program is not gonna work for that specific person, so you have to always make sure that you're gonna connect them with the right program. But going back to the original question, that's how I originally started. I was approached by someone who thought I'd be a good coach because of my passion for helping people and my passion for fitness.
Very good. So how soon did you take it seriously? Like, was it like soon as once you signed up, or?
Well, I took it serious enough to sign up. And I think that's pretty serious for me because as you just mentioned, I am involved with a lot of things. So I don't really have time to kind of waste. So as soon as I knew that it was something worth my time and something that I knew would help people, myself and other people, then that's when I initially started to take it serious. Not as serious as I am now, but I took it serious enough to actually talk to her and actually go through with the original, with the beginning process to get started. So I was serious at first, and then as I went on and I learned more about the business, and I met Denise and some of the other upline, then I got even more serious because, once you talk to other people, then you feel better about what you're doing.
So did you at all think twice about it, being that you are so busy and that you had this other business and on top of a full-time job? So this would have been like a third job or a fourth job that you've kind of taken on as a coach. So, did that at all play into your decision, or did you have doubts about it?
Oh no, I mean, I definitely have doubts. I think we all have doubts before getting embarking in a new experience or a new journey. I think we all have doubts. Whether those doubts are internally or just plain just scared or whatever. We all have doubts. Um, so doubts were definitely there. I think for me, I was more scared because well, not scared, but I was a little more kind of skeptical a little bit, just because of the fact that that again I wasn't aware of all the different programs that Beachbody offers. So my whole thing was, if I'm gonna talk to somebody about something, then I have to be doing it. And I mean, and with Beachbody, I learned, we call it being a product of the product. I didn't call it that at the time. I just called it, if I'm gonna do it, I have to be living it, because I can't talk to somebody about something that I'm not living. If I do that, then I'm not being real. And Beachbody is real, so I have to be real. So we all have to be real. So in order for me to really talk to somebody about it, and for them to really, like, especially as a man talking to, because a lot of times you're talking to a lot of women. So in order for you to really talk to somebody and really get them to listen and really pretty much how can I say it? In order for them to really like get involved in what you're saying and really believe in what you're saying, you have to be living it too. So my whole thing was, at first, how would I be able to really work at it if I can't, because of the programs that work for me. But again, once I did my research and I found out that the original program that I went with, Body Beast, that was perfect for me, that's when I felt more comfortable, and that's when I started to get more serious with it. Because again, I knew that I'll be able to actually be living it, actually be living what I'm talking to people about, which is very important in this business. It's very important for you to be living it. You can't just not live it and talk about it, because people are going to pick up on it. I mean, you might have one or two dumb people who might not, but most people are going to pick up on the fact that you're just talking about something and you're not living it. And either you're going to tell them that by the way you express yourself, or your social media pages are going to tell them that once they look in there, they'll know whether or not you're living it.
Very true. Part of the product is super important. So what does commitment look like to you? What does that mean to you exactly? And like, were you an in and out kind of a coach, or do you feel like you made a commitment from day one?
I honestly, I don't think I made like a full commitment from day one. I think it was more like, well, let me go in here and it looks good, it sounds good, let me go in here and check it out. So at first, obviously, I don't think it was a full commitment. I think it was more, let me go in here and check it out. Once I get in there and I started doing a program and started seeing that the way everything was working. Then once I started getting on the calls and hearing from other coaches, hearing from my direct upline and higher than that and everything, and you start talking, then you start to become more committed, because you see what it could do for you. Somebody coming up to you and just talking to you, like when my coach came up to me and talked to me about it, it's just a person telling you. But once you start seeing it, and you start following people and you see what it can really do for you, then you kind of become more committed. And again, once the product starts working for you, then you really get excited, and then you really become committed, because it will work. So look, if I could do it, then anybody else could do it. And the way I saw it was, if I could do it and I'm doing a million other things, then any of you right here could do it. Because I mean, I don't know that I don't know what you guys have going on in your lives, but I'm sure you have more than Beachbody going on. But what I'm saying is, pretty much the way I saw it was, if I could do it, then anybody else could do it. And for me, that was it was kind of a good point to kind of put out there to people who I spoke to. Because a lot of times the excuses will come out, and the main excuse will be, I don't have time. So knowing that I could do it with everything that I was doing, and knowing that it was working, made me more committed. So at first I was kind of like, but then once I started seeing the results, and once I started, once I went to like Super Saturday and all the good things, then I became more committed. And then now at this point I'm in. Like I'm in. I'm not in or out. I'm in. But I think at first everybody kind of, you're a little skeptical, but once you get in there, I think you're in.
Mm-hmm. And I think that for you, Eddie, and for a lot of us, like, if you treat your business like you treat your fitness, and vice versa, meaning like, be committed to the both of them, be committed to completing a program.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of us, even as coaches, like, we struggle with just completing a program. But if, for those of you that haven't yet, you make sure that you complete a program from day 1 to day 30 or day 60, whatever that program is. complete 2 or 3 programs if you can. Like the more you can, the better. But that's in terms of commitment and showing that level of commitment in terms of your fitness. It definitely, like, I feel like it's a reflection. You know, like if you can commit yourself to the fitness, you can commit yourself to the business, and you treat it the same, and it kind of goes hand in hand.
Oh yeah,
Right? Do you agree?
I definitely agree. I mean, yeah, you definitely have to be committed. In order for you to be committed to other people and show other people commitment, you have to be committed to yourself first. I mean, it starts within. Then you'll be able to put it out there. But you have to be committed to yourself, and you have to be committed to your program. And I'm glad you brought that up, because that's something that I try to really like press. If you're doing a program, you have to finish that. You must finish that program as a whole in order so you can see your results, and you can show people the results of that program. Because again, otherwise you're lying to yourself and you're lying to people, and that's not what we want to do in Beachbody. We want to tell people exactly how it is. And these programs work. These programs are put together by professionals in a specific way for a reason, and that reason is to get you from where you are now to where you want to be in 2 months or 3 months or whatever the program is, by you taking shortcuts or doing other things as opposed to, instead of what you're supposed to be doing. First of all, it's only going to be hurting you. Second of all, it's going to make you look unreal to either the coaches who are under you or potential coaches who you can have under you who won't come with you because of the fact that you're not real, and they'll be able to notice that. So I mean, commitment definitely starts within, and then it comes out. And again, once your coaches see that you're committed, then they'll become committed, and it's just a chain reaction. And it's a beautiful thing, as I like to say, because I saw that in my coaches. I saw that in Denise, which was one of the first upline coaches that I met over the phone. And from there on, I saw it in everybody else, and that commitment kind of like got me like, all right, let's do it, you know. So you know, once you're committed, you know you're committed, then it'll follow down your downline.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, all in. I love it. So okay, Eddie, how have you used your personal training skills to grow your business? And the reason why I asked you this is because this is just me. Back in the day, I would think to myself, how do I sell this to a personal trainer or someone who works at a gym or something like that? So I'm not gonna lie, when I first, started talking to you, I was like, oh man, he's a personal trainer. Okay. I hope he like commits to this and I hope this works. So, I mean, how have you been able, because I'm really impressed by that. Like, how have you been able to, apply those skills, that your degree to Beachbody and use it to your advantage with your business?
Well, I think at first I was the same way. The same way you felt about me, that's how I felt about Beachbody, because I was kind of like, well, this is not what I do. I like to go to the gym, and I like, I was that kind of a person, But looking into it and again, seeing the results and everything, and seeing the flexibility that Beachbody gives people was what really got me in, because, a lot of times as a personal trainer, you have that issue of timing, when can you meet, when can you not meet, whatever. With Beachbody, I mean, you could do it whenever. I mean, I have like Yvette, who's one of my like superstar coaches, and her workouts are like at freaking 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock at night. It's like midnight she's working out. I'm like, oh my God, what is she doing? So the fact that you could actually do that with this program is one of the things that actually really got me in. So I mean, as a personal trainer, I had to kind of like change the way I thought about things to kind of really like take this in and really use it for myself and also to talk to other people about it. So yeah, at first I was a little bit kind of like, I don't know about this. And that was one of the reasons, because of the way that I was kind of trained, but once I opened up my mind to it and I saw how good A-Ray was doing and the potential, and then I started doing actual programs at home, and I saw how I could be able to work out at home, and I had to get up at 4 a.m. and get in a car and drive to the gym. And I mean, I was wasting, I did calculations some time ago, and I think I told Denise about it. It's some ridiculous amount of money. I don't have it in front of me right now. I should have had it, but it was something. It was something like I had so many miles that I saved in my car, how much gas and the money and everything just for me not going to the gym. So I mean, the amount of money and everything that I was saving, it was another point that I could use to talk to people about it. But what I was able to do was a combination of what I know from personal training, and that combined with my passion for helping people and my ability to talk to people. I kind of use that as kind of my way to kind of be able to talk to people about Beachbody and the good it could bring you and how flexible it was. As a man, it's hard sometimes to speak to a woman about about anything. I mean, to be serious, let alone about working out. You don't want to approach a woman and give her any kind of idea that she may be overweight or something,
Oh yes, that's a no.
So you definitely don't want to do
Y'all
that.
women know.
So you always want you want to watch the way that you approach the woman, and also not come off like you're trying to hit on them or something, especially like in the gym, So I had to use my skills. What I did was I used my skills in talking to people. I think I'm pretty good at talking to people, and combine them with my knowledge on fitness to be able to kind of get in there. Once they felt that I knew what I was talking about, then it became easier because I was able to say, look, listen, this is what I'm talking about, and then kind of go in there and then take a different angle than what a woman would take. Because I know most of you ladies are probably like, hey, girl, what's going on? Hey, listen, you guys should do. I can't do that. Hey, girl, what's going on? She's going to say, yeah, no, get out of here, So I had to take a different angle to talk to them to kind of hopefully get them to listen to me, Well, first of all, get their attention, then get their trust, and it's a lot more difficult for a man to do. But again, I was able to use my fitness and my kind of personable skills to kind of get that along. And I used that for a little while, and then I started thinking, and I was like, you know what, I want to find another way to do this. So I was looking around, and I remember talking to Denise about Facebook and how Facebook had the whole live feature and everything. And I was thinking about it, and I kind of came up with an idea that I thought would help me, and it's doing pretty good for me right now. And that was that I went ahead and I started a fan page.
A like page, yeah, fan page.
Fan page, a like page on Facebook. It's directed right from my page. And pretty much that page, it's called Techniques with Eddie. And pretty much what I do is I go on there twice a week. I go live and I go over certain exercises that I think that I see a lot of times people do online, and they post videos up, and I don't think they're doing it correctly. So I go on there and I kind of just talk about the exercise a little bit. I'll perform it for them the correct way, and then talk about it a little bit and interact with them. They're able to ask me questions, give me comments, whatever it is. And I interact with them, and then I kind of use that as kind of a vehicle to kind of slip in there that I'm a Beachbody coach, and I this and that, and I use that as a way to kind of interact with people without really interacting with them, because they kind of just looking at me through the computer. So it's a little easier, I guess, as from a man standpoint to kind of do that. So that was something that I was able to do thanks to Facebook and the whole live feature and everything. And that's something that I think has helped me a lot with my business, because now people are able to see, they get a look at me and what I'm about, because it's live and I'm talking to them, and they also get to see that I know what I'm talking about, and I make that connection with them. I make sure that I let them know that what do you call it? I always let them know, hey, if you have any questions, talk to me. We talk. And then I let them know if you have anything else you want to talk about, send me a message, whatever. And I've been able to talk to people that way. And that's just one of many ways that you could, actually talk to people and actually, find ways to connect with people. I mean, there's Beachbody, they have all the ways that they do things, and all the ways that they do things are great, and I wouldn't change any of those, because the way that they do things has helped me get to where I am now. But if you can find other ways that work for you, then I don't really see what is the problem with it. Of course, I will speak to your coach first and see what they think about it. But
you mean in terms of the like page and the
as far as the like page and everything like that, I mean, I would definitely talk to my coach and just make sure that he or she is is not cool with it, but that they kind of understand what you're doing, because they may be able to give you some advice, whether it's negative or positive about it, that may help you, But all in all, to answer the question, that's one of the things that I was able to do to combine both my passion for talking to people and for connecting with people, along with my fitness, and kind of put it all out there all at once, and give people the ability to be able to see me and interact with me, as a stepping stone to them being able to talk to me about Beachbody and how I can help them reach their goals.
Mm-hmm. I think everybody should have a like page. That's just my opinion. I think that, when you provide free tips or anything free, I mean, a lot of these top coaches provide, they give gifts out, like whatever it is that you decide to do. I think that helps you gain, gain trust right? Your people will trust you and they'll get to know you. This live feature has taken our business, I think, to a whole other level. Like, because people can actually see you live and you're you're engaging with them and talking to them, and they see that you're genuine. You know, so the idea, Eddie, of you providing these free tips or free, you know, techniques, and using that, I mean, I think that's, you know, been for you, I've seen it's been very beneficial to your business.
I think so. I mean, I'm on, I do it twice a week. I do it Tuesdays and Thursdays at about 7 o'clock. I'm always late, but at about 7 o'clock, I'm on there. But I think it's good. And the reason why I think it's good is because you're giving people something as opposed to just asking them. And a lot of times what we do a lot is we tend to ask a lot. Guys, join my team. Guys, join my sneak peek. Guys, join my my clean eating group. Guys, you know, it's a lot of asking people to do something as opposed to just giving them something. So with this, I'm able to just give them something. And I mean, it's good for me too, because I get to kind of, you know, I get to kind of de-stress and tell everybody how I feel about everything. But at the same time, I'm giving them something, and then in return, later on, whenever I do decide to post, hey guys, I'm doing this, join me or whatever, then I think someone will be more willing to kind of even look into it as opposed to just scrolling through it. They'll look into it because they've seen what I've been able to give them, and they'll be willing to give back, even if it's just no, I'm good or whatever. Just anything is better than nothing. As far as
well, it's the whole jab, right hook too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
You're providing you're sprinkling little pieces of the free stuff and all that good stuff. And then you're like, okay, come join us. Exactly. And it works. It absolutely works. Okay. So I'm going to ask one more question and then we're going to open it up. All right. If anybody has any questions for Eddie, that'll be your time. Eddie and I had a conversation, I want to say a month ago or so, very interesting conversation because like I said, he owns this other business. Right. So I think it was a few months ago that he shared with me. And it's something similar to what I know a lot of you might have seen Angela Pilar Soares when she shared about her business in terms of the investment that she put into her business and kind of not seeing much coming out of it. I think within a certain amount of time or whatever, but she had invested a whole lot of money into it. So Eddie and I were having a similar conversation in terms of his business, his rental business and Beachbody. So I just found it was really interesting. And could you like share a little bit about like what you and I talked about, which I just thought was interesting?
Yeah, sure. Well, I opened my own business. I want to say June or July of last year. That's when it was like official. You know, everything was legit and everything. June or July. And at the end of July, as Denise said earlier, that's when I joined Beachbody. So I think it was July 31st that I joined Beachbody. So I guess August or whatever. And my business, my rental business, when I opened it, I spent, I would say, a little bit over 27 grand to get the business like up and running, like officially, get all the inventory and everything. It was about 27 grand just to get started. And then it was kind of June or July-ish when I started. It was kind of the end of the summer, so I didn't have too much time to really get it moving because most of what I rent is tents and bounce houses and stuff for the outside. So once the cold comes, it's over for me. So what I was explaining to her was that it's crazy because although I spent 27 grand to open up my rental business, I only spent $170 plus tax to get a Body Beast, the Body Beast the challenge pack, and I can say right now, I haven't looked, but I can say right now that since July when I started to right now, I've made more money working at the Beachbody business than I made with my business. And then if you compare the money that I spent, it's just ridiculous because I mean, I only spent $170. I probably made like, I don't know, maybe like 10 times that already or like 15 times that already in my Beachbody business as opposed to my regular business where I spent 27 grand and haven't, I haven't seen nowhere near, not even 1,500 yet, So it just goes to show that, even though I spend more money on one than the other, and I mean, both of them, I'm passionate for both my businesses, but it goes to show how far you could take the Beachbody business if you really work it, And I say that because as far as I'm concerned, I mean, I'm working my business hard, but I'm not working as hard as I probably could because I do have a lot of things going on. But for any of you who don't have as many things that I have going on, there's no reason why you shouldn't be working this business hard and really getting out there and really being successful in the business. I mean, there really is no reason why not to be successful. If I'm doing it while working at 9 to 5, having my business, doing all this community stuff that I do, I mean, everything that I do, if I'm able to get to where I am now with doing all that, then I don't see why any of you guys or ladies can't be serious, can't be successful in this business if you really work it. Again, I do understand that, you know, people have things going on and everything, but there really is no reason. I mean, everything is pretty much there for us. All we really have to do is kind of take it and make it ours, tweak it a little bit and make it ours and put it out there, and it all works. You know, they say a lot, and I hear this a lot, and it's kind of like, all right, that's enough of that. But I hear a lot of, you know, don't try to don't try to remake the wheel or whatever you guys
Reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, reinvent the wheel, whatever. But it's the truth though, because all the strategies that they use, it all works if you use it carefully and if you tweak it to yourself. Always make sure that things are you. Make sure that things aren't what they were when you first read them, and it all works, you know. And I'm a prime example of that. Just telling you that since August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, like in about 7 or 8 months, I've made more money in Beachbody than I made in my regular business, where I invested 27 grand. That in itself tells you a lot, and it tells you that if you put the work in, you're gonna get out of it what you want and more. And it tells you that, and it also tells you that there's no excuse. There really is no excuse to do this. You don't have to do it 24 hours a day. You could just spread out your time and, you know, find the time to do it. But if you do it correctly and wholeheartedly, you could definitely be successful in this business and be the one interviewed next time instead of me.
That's awesome, Eddie. Thank you. So you got to treat this like $1 million business. What's the saying, Tony? What are they? What's the $39.95? But treat it like a what?
You treat it like, I forgot.
Like $1 million business.
Like $1 million business.
We opened
Exactly.
up our storefront for $39.95. We signed up as coaches, free with the challenge pack or whatever. But that's the thing, is that a lot of us don't treat this like a business.
Well, we don't because you know why we don't, because you didn't go through what I had to go through for about 6 months just to get my business up and running. Like what I did with Beachbody, by the click of a button and spending $170 plus tax, it took me 6 months to do with my business. Getting everything in line, making sure I had my back office at home, making sure I had all my inventory, and making sure I had everything all set and ready to go. It took me about 6 months just to get it started. And with Beachbody, it only took me a click of a button. And that's the same thing that it took all you ladies. And that's why sometimes we don't treat it as what it is, because we don't really see how much is really in there, because it was so easy for us to get it, you know. But once you see what's in there, once you really go in the back office, really look at everything, really take everything in and understand how much is being done for you, for that minimum $15 a month fee, it's ridiculous. And once you really understand that and get it in your mind, how much is done for you, then you will really get it, and then you will really put the work in. Then you will see the results, and you'll all be happy.
Awesome, good stuff. Awesome. Thank you so much, Eddie. It's a lot of great information. I hope you guys took notes. And please, if anybody has questions for Eddie.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
All right. I'm looking at the screen here, and I see pretty much all ladies in here. Yeah, wow. It's just me and you, Eddie.
That's it.
Pretty much.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing's wrong with that.
No. My point is that our team and Team Beachbody, it's dominated by women, right? So, Eddie, what would you tell the guys? Because I getting a lot of feedback from the men, saying that, oh, it's a woman-dominated business. I can't do this.
That's a good question.
I'm putting these walls. So what can you tell these guys? Because you're doing it, brother. You're doing it. So,
I mean, I would say that it's a woman-dominated business because that's what they want it to be. You know, if you want to make a change in your life, then you have to believe in that change, and you could do it. So if you're going to stay here and think that it's a woman-dominated business, then that's what it's going to be. But it really isn't. It really is you wanting to do it. You have to really want to come in here and really want to do it, and it'll be possible. Again, it is a little more difficult. I would admit it's a little more difficult for men to really approach women that way. But it's not impossible, and that's what men need to understand is that it's not impossible. You have to really work it and put you have to put the work in, and you'll get the results. But to sit back and really think that it's just going to happen just by happening, that's not going to happen. Okay, but I think honestly, the answer for why men think that, or why that's the way that they think, is because it's just that's the way that they think. Until they're able to change their mind, their mindset is not going to change. So if they come in here, like if they come in the page right now and they look around and see 2 pages, it's all women, and they think, oh, I can't do it, then they're not going to be able to do it. You know, I mean, and that's for everything. You know, if you want to be happy in life, what do? Just be positive, think happy, and then positive things will come to you. So if you want to be successful in this business, then you have to think positive, think that you could do it, and then you could do it. But I think a lot of it has to do with that. A lot of it has to do with their mindset as soon as they come in and what they see. But I don't think at all that it should be a women-dominated business. I think it should be. I think this business should be dominated by who wants it more. That's just it. If you want it more, you're gonna get it. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, what race you are, how well you can speak Spanish or English, men, women. It doesn't matter. You just have to want it. If you want it, and once you realize how much this is worth, and you want it, then you'll get it. It doesn't matter who you are or nothing matters. It just matters how much you want it. And any guy who comes in here and says that it's a woman-dominated business and they can't do it, to me that just means you're fucking weak. You're weak, and you're weak, and you're letting what you see dominate what you can do.
Keeping it real, baby.
Very real.
Yeah. When I started a couple of years ago, that's the way it was. It's always been dominated by women, but that didn't stop me. You know, I mean, like, why should I stop? So the way I approached it was, I most of my challenges are female. You know, so I'm like, okay, this is what it is. That's what I'm gonna do. But it got to a point. I'm like, okay, now my team is mostly all women, so I'm trying to get more men now. That's why I'm taking notes, listening to you the way you're approaching it, because we do need more men in the team. But it's all good, man. You just keep on pushing forward and just go hard. You know.
I think if you want to get men, then honestly you have to. I approach men the same way I approach women as far as the business goes. Like I don't try to change it around or sugarcoat it. I approach them the same way. It's the same exact way I approach women and tell them exactly what we have and what we can offer and what we could do for them. And I have men on my page now. I mean, I have a guy, Joel, who's doing awesome. This guy has lost like I think the last time I checked, the first 15 days was 18 pounds. I mean, he's doing a great job. You know, he's really motivated. But I think I try to approach everybody the same way. I don't approach them as man or woman. I just approach them the same way. And for me, that has worked, you know. And just be real. I like to be real with anybody who I approach. I don't try to like sugarcoat anything. I'm real with them, and that way I know that they're gonna be real with me, and I don't have to worry about them later on. You know, if you sugarcoat stuff now, then later on you have to worry about the shady stuff, and I don't like shady stuff. So I'm real right off the rip. If you don't like it, then I'm sorry, you know, but I'm real, and then that has worked for me with the man. And I do want to say, while I'm on here and everybody's listening, if any other women on here, even after this call, have any issues with approaching man or men on your page who you think will make good coaches, and you have any questions about how you could approach them about it, feel free to check me out on Facebook and follow me and follow my like page. Taking these with Eddie, it's a beautiful thing. And ask me, and I'll help you out. Definitely, I'll definitely help you out with the guys, because I think we need more men. I want to go to Super Saturday to see some more men out there. Not that I like men, but you know what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, you're surrounded by so many beautiful Team Eagle women. Like, you guys are super blessed.
I am, but it's too many for me. I need to be able to share.
Like, we're gorgeous. My goodness.
You're right.
No, that's really good information. Thank you so much, guys. So anybody have any questions for Eddie?
I think I saw Jamie waving her hand over there. I don't know.
No.
I did not wave my hand. What are you talking about?
So unruly.
He's trying to pull in more assignments to TikTok.
All righty. So if we don't have any more questions, thank you so much, Eddie. Thank you for sharing your area of expertise. And I mean, again, I'm super proud of you. Yes, you are one of the only guys on my team, but that's okay. Definitely proud of you. And this is just the beginning for you. So congratulations on your advancement to Diamond.
Well, I mean, before I take all these congrats and all this stuff from everybody, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for these girls that are around me. Gil, Yvette. I don't think Indiana's on here, but you know, all these superstars on my team are the reason why I'm here. You know, so it's not even on me. It's the whole team.
True. You do have an amazing team.
I do have an amazing team. Yes.
Y'all know who you are.
Yeah, we're all amazing.
All righty. Well, thank you so much, everybody. And I don't think we have any questions. Thank you for being on. I thought there'd be like 2 people on just because, you know, it was me running it and Tony and not Salvi and Mickey. But we got a good turnout. So it was awesome. Well, thank you, everybody. And have a good night.
Thank you, Eddie.
Thank
Good
you,
night,
Tony.
Thank you, girl.
Oh, no picture? Hurry up. Picture.
Okay. Take a picture before we bounce.
Okay. And then the next screen. All right. I got it. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Thanks, Eddie.